So our 1-year-old was born in our house 1 year ago, and we did it at home. And we're not hippies, but once you, like, on your 4th kid, you're a hippie about birth anyway. Plus, my wife was like, I don't want to go to the hospital again. I can just do it right here. It won't be a problem. And so we were doing a home water birth, and so, you send away for a birthing pool that they mail to you, and it's been used before, which is cool. They wash it, I think, but it's got stamps on it that say, like, who's been born in it. And anyway, so you have to do a test inflate, like, a couple weeks before D-Day so that you don't fuck it up when it comes. And so I inflated the thing, got it ready, and my dad happened to be visiting at the time, and I actually made him stand in the far end of the kitchen, and I got down into the tub, and I took my clothes off, and I made him film me going like, and I showed it to my wife, and she was like, delete that right now. And then go to your friends' houses who you've sent it to and delete it from their phones as well. And so our older boys knew that we wanted to do the home birth, and so they actually asked if they could be present for the birth, which I thought was cool. And I said to them, I'm like, yeah, well, why don't I show you some videos of home births, and then you can decide if you're into that and if you want to see it really, with your own 2 eyes. And they were like, great. And so I fired up the old YouTube. And here's the thing. Lots of people have babies. Billions, in fact. That's a big group of people who have babies, okay? Smaller than that group of people is the ones who do it at home. That's a smaller group. Smaller than that is the people who film it. That's a much smaller group, actually. Smaller than that are the people who then edit the video, score it to Enya or Kate Bush, and then put it online for you to watch. That's a pretty tiny group of people, okay? Then even within that group, the women are all amazing. There's no right or wrong way to have a baby. They're all fucking brilliant. I couldn't do it, so nothing wrong with them. But some of the men in these videos fucking suck. And I remember we were watching one of the videos, and it opens the video with, some nice bells and whistles and fucking pan flutes and stuff. And then the first thing you see is a man. And he's a white guy with dreadlocks, and he's got sunglasses in them. He's not outdoors. And he's in a robe, not like a dressing gown or a bathrobe, but just a ceremonial robe. And so already my kids are like, Daddy, what's the deal? I'm like, I don't know. And then it pans out, and you see there happens to be a woman there. And so he walks over to the tub, and then he steps up, and he gets in the tub. And my boys are already up. They're like, Daddy, make him get out. He should not. That's not for him. That isn't. Why, Daddy? I'm like, I don't know. And then the guy kneels down opposite his partner, and he puts his forehead against hers, and he goes, are you ready? We can do this. And my youngest one goes, who the fuck is we? He's not doing anything, Daddy, make him get out. And they hated the guy so much that by the time the baby was like, bruh, they were like, oh, that's cool, but fuck that guy. And so they totally were there when my wife had the baby, and they were amazing. Our 8-year-old actually cut the cord. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. I wouldn't have had I not cut the first 3, I wouldn't have let him cut it. But I've cut a lot of cords in my day. Yeah, I cut a cord on the way here, in fact. Yeah. I'll cut your cord after the show. If you don't fucking sort yourself out. So that baby just turned 1, so my wife stopped breastfeeding him a little while ago. And breastfeeding, my God, it's amazing. But it's difficult. It is. It's very challenging to be around a woman who's breastfeeding, because they're hormonal, and I'm not interested in that. And so I was thinking, I have an idea for an invention, which, don't try to steal it, because I've already begun the patent process. But basically what it is it is a strip that you would put on a breastfeeding woman, or really any woman's forehead, and it would have several tasteful light bulbs in it, okay? And depending on how many are lit up, it lets you know how nice you have to be to that woman, okay? So like if just one is lit up, you can be like, here you go, bro. And that's no big deal. But if all 5 are lit up, then you know you have to crawl in on your fingers and toes and prostrate yourself with a variety of snacks and fucking say incantations and stuff. So anyway, it's a good idea, right? I told a friend of mine about it, and he was like, what if you were just nice to her all the time? And I was like, yeah, I think that's crazier than the light strips, my man. All the time. What a silly guy.